to actually score and doesn't have to run the point and all that, like, that's what he does. So I wasn't surprised at all.
Now, let's go back. So we talked about Friday night. Like I said, a game, of course, with a bunch of rookies and sophomores that play on defense. But before we get into that, Zach, what you guys say that real quick?
They need to go back and fix that format for that game. The World versus the U.S. format is garbage. You're telling me that Raul Neto should have been there?
Look, Julius Randle didn't make it for Team USA either, so.
Yeah, and that's the problem right there. You have more deserving United States players that aren't getting in because you have to take a world team.
But you know what, though? At the same time, it should be a different opinion of who should be taken. Guys, let's transition to Saturday night. The more interesting contest tonight was the skills competition that was won by Karl Anthony Towns of the Minnesota Timberwolves. He beat Isaiah Thomas. Now, my pick was Boogie Cousins because anything involving Boogie Cousins is well worth time spent. Guys, what did you guys think about the format of the big men doing, the skills competition? Mark, I'm going to go at you first in this one. Then Paul after that.
Shoot, I was surprised, they got in, but, for Towns to win it and win it against the guards, that was crazy. I think the guards really should be looking around and like, we don't even do this thing. This is what we do normally. But that's the evolution of basketball. Big men are playing like guards. Guards want to play like big men. Just like that rapper want to be ball players want to be rappers. Yeah, same scenario here.
Yeah, I liked it. What I really liked was the embrace at the end.
Yes.
I thought that was awesome. The big men really wanted to win that more than the guards did. So I thought that was the best part, was the big men kind of sticking together like, yeah, we can do this too, so I loved it.
Now, here's a question. Now, if the small guys had your John Wall, your Damian Lillard, your Kyrie Irving,
no chance.
Are we even talking – is this even a discussion?
No, I don't think so.
So, Mark, do you think that the guards were sent their B and C list squad guys out there to do this competition?
Yeah, but they still should have won.
I agree there.
Come on. You're going to let Towns beat you? Come on, Thomas.
I was thinking Anthony Davis was going to win because Davis was a point guard in high school. He has the handles, but –
Well, Davis was ahead, and then Boogie came back and hit the trail three on him.
Because it's Boogie. It's a Boogie Wonderland. Let's go to the three-point competition. In a contest won by Klay Thompson. Surprisingly, Steph Curry finished in second place. Devin Booker also made the finals, which was Zach's pick as well, too. I think my pick, Chris Middleton, I think he finished. I think it was last, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Was rough.
Guys, do you think Steph Curry let up and let Klay Thompson win that competition? Honestly.
I don't think the competitor in him would do that. I don't.
Mark, what do you think?
No, not at all. Steph wanted to win, and Klay Thompson wanted to win, and Klay just happened to win. That's all. They probably have shooting contests every day, like those old McDonald's commercials, like with Bird and Jordan shooting. Yeah, they probably actually do that in real life.
Well, guys, here's a quick question. Are you guys happy with the format the way it is on the final rack, having all money balls or being able to put a whole rack of money balls on there? Or do you think it takes away from the nostalgia of how it used to be when we grew up?
No, I like the twist. I think because as a shooter, you got to know your strengths. You got to know that adds an element of strategy that wasn't there before. Okay. So I like it.
Mark, what do you think?
I think it's pretty good. It depends on like where you like shooting from. Like if you like those corner threes, right? Then I think it works for a person like that. If you like from the angles, then it's different. So. I think it's a pretty good twist, though. I would keep it.
Eric, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I liked it like it used to be because I could compare today's score to like Larry Bird in 1988. So just keep it simple. I didn't like the twist they've added to it the last couple of years.
Eric is also old and grouchy. That's why he's talking.
Well, you could
2 points.
Ideally, though, you could still compare. You just go by number of shots made and not worry about money balls.
Yeah, I mean, I like it, but it just seemed odd to me because I remember watching the days of Craig Hodges and Larry Bird and those guys, getting hot. Now, if you're down by like 10 and you get your money, your spot, and you hit all 10 points, then, hey, you're back into the contest all over again.
Well, again, that goes to you knowing yourself as a shooter, and that's why I like it.
Okay.
It does add an element of strategy. So if I know that it's going to take me a rack to kind of get in the flow, and I'm good from the angles, then I might make the second or fourth rack my money ball. So I love it. I think it was a great twist added. They need to start coming with fresh ideas because All-Star Weekend overall it's still not good.
We'll get to that in a second. Let's go dunk contest. All right, guys. Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon put on probably one of the best dunk contests we'll ever see.
Yes, and before we get started, let me eat some crow real quick. I told two gentlemen, Chris and Connor, that Aaron Gordon had no shot. He doesn't have the hops. Because in the game he doesn't dunk like that. I mean, he's just kind of regular dunks. So I was like, all right, I don't think he has a shot. City of Orlando, Chris, Connor, I was wrong. And you guys were right.
Now, Chris and Connor, could you please record that? Eric, could you also get that as well, too? Again. Because in the 26 years I've known Paul Myers, I think he's actually eaten crow or admitted to eating crow, I think, about as many times as Andre Drummond's hit free throws. So it's not very often.
Rare.
It's not very often. Guys, here's my one question for you. Now, we all know in a lot of cases that Aaron Gordon was robbed, and we can thank Shaquille O'Neal for that one for throwing 9s out there when it should have been 10s.
He threw 1 9 out there.
But that 1 9 would have ended the contest, too.
No, it wouldn't have.
That was the first dunk.
It still would have ended the contest.
No, it wouldn't have. Let me tell you what. I'll tell you what robbed Aaron Gordon was Zach LaVine's first dunk in the finals. That wasn't quite a 50, in my opinion.
Okay.
He did the exact same dunk that Aaron Gordon did, pretty much.
That's exactly. But it was weaker. So for me,
and no mascot behind it.
For me, I thought that's where Gordon got robbed. He didn't get robbed on his own dunk. I mean, granted, I think the first dunk should have been a 50, but I think he more so got robbed in the finals with LaVine getting a 50 that he probably shouldn't have got.
Even that last dunk that Aaron Gordon did was
a high degree of difficulty. I agree. I mean, he brought it behind his head, down between his legs, all while in the air.
Yeah,
it's very impressive.
He touched his back and then almost touched his ankles with it.
It's very
while
impressive.
Jumping over a mascot at the same time.
No, he didn't jump over the mascot.
I'm sorry. Anytime you jump over a mascot, you should deserve to win, and especially if you're dunking a basketball while a mascot is on a hover round, moving at the same time. I think you automatically win.
Yeah, he cuffed it with one hand and 360. That was nice.
All right, guys. 10 seconds on this. Was this better than the 88 dunk competition? Paul, start first.
I can't. No. No, I can't, man. It's Jordan and Neek. I can't do it.
Mark, what do you say?
Nope.
Eric, what do you think?
No, I'm going with Wilkins and Jordan.
Zach?
I guess since I'm the young one of the group, I'll have to take this one because I don't.
You millennial.
Feel free to YouTube that 88 slam dunk there, Zach.
All you have to say is 2 Hall of Famers going at it, and Neek would have tore the rim down.
I just can't, man. I mean, listen, the dunks, the new age dunks, are probably more impressive individually, but against each other, mano y mano. No, man, that MJ and Neek, it was just too ferocious. It was fiery. I don't feel like I felt like LaVine and Gordon. It was too high-fivey. Like, good job, great job, nice dunk. No, in '88 it wasn't like that.
No, those guys score for broken '88.
That's it. I'm
better than you.
I'm trying to tear your head off with my next dunk. So I gotta say, as a competition, I thought Neek's and Jordan's was better, but the dunks were probably better in this one, honestly.
All right, guys, real quick, let's go over the All-Star game. There's not really much to talk about.
No.
Wait, there was actually a game?
It was a pickup game.
Well, there was offense and offense.
I don't even know if that
and
was
offense.
a pickup game.
All I want to know is that now that we saw the West score 196 points in the All-Star game, can we now change this format, please?
I'm almost willing to just give up on the game altogether. Honestly,
mascot All-Star game.
It's got to be something. An idea that I kind of threw around, and I stole it a little bit from the NHL. I mean, what you need, but I want it to be kind of themed throughout the whole weekend. Just a thought here, and obviously it would need to be touched up. But have two. Okay, first off, take the fans out of the starting lineup vote. That's awful. All right, that needs to be gone. However, so this is how I feel: the coaches pick the All-Stars. The fans can pick 2 key team captains
and go from there.
Those guys choose their teams for the entire weekend.
Okay.
So they choose their dunkers. They choose their 3-point contest.
Okay.
So you do it like the Pro Bowl does?
Somewhat,
well,
yes.
The NHL All-Star game was a couple years ago.
Yeah, the NHL. Yeah, I kind of stole it from the NHL's concept because they did it first. But have the whole weekend oriented in it. You know what I mean? So So it's now something that carries on the entire weekend.
So what, you want to take the players that are in the actual All-Star game and have them do all the competitions as well?
Yeah, ideally, or you could even throw, the coaches or whoever picks the top 4 dunkers, and then they choose who they want out of that or something. But obviously, I know there needs to be some tweaking to it, but I think that would make it more interesting.
Interesting thought on that one. So, guys, before we go to break, we're going to take this into the next segment. But before we go, for those of you that have listened to the show, we have a partnership with our good friends at Yippee-Ki-Yay Blues. And every single week, Yippee-Ki-Yay sends us a brand new blues artist, something to try and change the pace, and also to promote our good friends at Yippee-Ki-Yay. Tonight's artist is Regina Bonebelly Blues Band, and their song is called Open Up the Door, off the album Open Up the Door. So check this out as we go to break. We're right back on Full Court Press Radio, sponsored by SOFOELC on Sports Talk 1080 The Team. We're right back after the top of the hour break.
Get the blues, I get them almost every day. I get the blues, I get them almost every day.
Longest running and most favorite sports host, Tuck and O'Neill on Sports Talk 1080 The Team, where they just sound better on the radio on Orlando's new sports alternative. Yeah, we have a Twitter account. Do you?
Twitter?
The conversation doesn't stop at Sports Talk Florida. Pure Sports Talk.
The NBC Sports Radio Update starts now.
Start with some breaking news. Gerard Mayo has retired from the NFL after 8 seasons. He was the Rookie of the Year in 2008, a first-team All-Pro in 2010, but has ended each of the last 3 seasons on the injured reserve. Mayo is just 29 years old. The NBA trades, they began today. Tobias Harris headed to Detroit. Magic have dealt him for Brandon Jennings and Ersan Ilyasova. Blake Griffin, he met with the media and apologized to the Clipper organization, and the fans said he regrets his decisions that evening. And in quotes says, "That's something I think about every day, and I wish I could take it back." You've got some good college hoops going on right now. Top 25 teams as number 10 West Virginia leads number 24 Texas 20-16, and number 17 Purdue over Northwestern 21-12. Both of those games in the first half. I'm Keith Irizarry.
Okay, forest animals, kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man.
I love it. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Okay. Squirrel.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Right now at Napa, when you buy 5 quarts of Valvoline conventional oil for just $3.59 a quart, we'll give you either Chase Elliott, Dale Jr., Jimmy Johnson, or Casey Kane free by mail. Hey, wait, what? Well, that makes more sense. We'll give you a bobblehead of either Chase Elliott, Dale Jr., Jimmy Johnson, or Casey Kane free by mail. Valvoline for just $3.59 and a free bobblehead. That's Napa know-how. General States pricing, taxes, and recycling fees extra at participating Napa Auto Parts stores while supplies last. Offer expires 2/29/16.
Are you looking for a fun place to eat great seafood and watch live sports? Cajun Hotspot Seafood and Sports Bar offers boiled crawfish, live lobster, shrimp, crab legs, clams, mussels, oysters, and live blue crab in a house specialty sauce, po' boy sandwiches, and more. You can eat all of that, enjoy one of our specialty drinks from our full bar, and watch the game on one of our 16 TVs.